You know, as a doctor, I've been involved in the outbreak of two diseases, AIDS and COVID. Yeah, you may not believe it, but I saw AIDS the outbreak started in the 1980s, and now, 2020, 40 years later, I'm seeing another disease causing a pandemic around the world. So what's been the difference? Well, first of all, the level of understanding, time to understand. It took several years to understand what was going on with AIDS, a mode of transmission, and what it was, that is a viral infection. But we quickly got on top of COVID. Give us some credit to our public health authorities and scientists. Within 1 or 2 months, we've understood that it is a viral infection and how it's transmitted and what we're dealing with. So the mode of transmission, we realized with COVID that it's largely respiratory, although there is some concerns that it can be transmitted via surfaces, but it's largely respiratory. With AIDS, you won't believe it, but it took a long time to understand it, that it was IV and sexual transmission. That led to a lot of bias, prejudice against at-risk groups of various members in the community, and a non-scientific approach to it. And it was politicized far too early. A lot of people died because it's politicized. Controversy. Well, we're seeing controversy now around COVID about lockdown, using old public health measures, the use of masks, simple things such as that, controversy around it. And of course, anything to do with sex, there'll always be controversy in our community for all sorts of reasons. And that was with AIDS. Treatment. I'm really pleased to be able to say that the treatment is developing quickly. We already have a treatment approach to it, with things like dexamethasone and other various drugs that have been developed rapidly over a course of months. AIDS, unfortunately for the victims of it, suffered for many years before any sort of treatment developed. The mortality was approaching 100% for probably 5 or 10 years or longer. Vaccine, well, I think we'll probably have a vaccine towards the end of 2020. So that's a wonderful development for COVID. HIV, no vaccine in sight after 40 years. What a disappointment from the scientific community. So that are the two outbreaks of major diseases around the world that I've seen in my professional practicing lifetime.